Say something for the podcast. Tell the people what you feel.
I'm just jazzed about being on the show, man.
You are listening to The Objective Jerk, where objectiveness is the objective, and I am said jerk.
Hello, how are you doing? Hope everything is well. Everyone is well. I hope everyone had a wonderful Halloween. My my sleep schedule has been so off lately. I can't go to sleep till like 3 a.m, which means I sleep until like noon. I'm trying to get back on getting up early and going to bed early. So I'm a little tired right now because I woke up early and I'm trying to stay up to at least, take a little nap at noon and then try and get myself back on schedule. I don't, not that anybody does, I guess, operate very well when they're tired, but I really hate to be tired. I'm a grumpy, tired person. So much better when I got good sleep and everything. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. Like, I want to go to sleep, but I'm trying to stay busy and keep myself occupied until 12 o'clock, which is 4 hours from now, 3 hours from now. But, so yeah, we just got done kind of celebrating the Day of the Dead, which is the tradition here in the Philippines. I've talked about it on another podcast, but they, go in and spend a few hours to all night at the cemetery at the site of where their, loved ones are resting, the final resting place of your loved ones. That's what I was trying to say. And so we had that last night, which I'll talk about. But so as far as I've talked about my depression, PTSD. I'm going to come up with a word that just puts it all together for me, because I don't know. But I remember 2 years ago, it wasn't last year, I know that, but it was a year before that, I think, that it was during the Day of the Dead, and I remember I was carrying a bunch of stuff. Actually, might have been more than probably 2 years ago, I guess. So, COVID BS was still kind of going on here. And when they have this, it's like the cemetery is in basically like a neighborhood. Like, you have to go through the neighborhood to get to it. It's like a lot of people. It's a shit show. And so they have police and traffic people. And a couple of years ago, I was carrying a bunch of stuff, and they made me stop because I couldn't drive in or nothing. So I was carrying like a table and something, I was just trying to carry some stuff for the I don't know, I don't want to say celebration, but that's kind of what it is. And they made me stop to put hand sanitizer on my hands, and I was in my mood, and I just threw everything in the ground. I was like, what the, just fucking this and that. And they were all looking at me, and I fucking left, or I went and dropped the stuff off. But I went back home because I didn't want to get arrested for saying something or doing something. And then the next day I was all of a sudden it was whoosh, I was good. I was out of it, So I remember that. And then yesterday, let me first just say, like I said, it's a shit show. Okay. They have tons of people. They make one-way access points to where you can only go in one way. You got to go around and go through to park here and a one way to exit, which makes sense. You know what I mean? But they go about it. It's the idea makes sense, but their execution is horrible. And the thing that like surprises me is like, it's not like this is a new thing. Like this is a new fad that the Philippines is just starting. You know, they've been doing this for what, 100 years at least, probably longer. This town is old. So I mean, let's say for example, since my wife was a kid, so 40 years, you know, they've been doing this every year. And since I've been here, every year, it's like the first year. Like they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how it's going to be or whatever. It's like, you know how many people are coming. You know what happens. You know what people do. And it's still a shit. God, that's hard to say. Shit show. Like it's just, the cops are just clueless on what's going on. They don't have any signs to kind of help with anything. It's just horrendous. It's retarded. It really is. And so they stopped letting cars go up into the cemetery, which makes sense. You got a lot of people, you know, going in and out. And then they have like the talk for free rides to give people some rides. And tricycles probably, I'm assuming. But so we bought like a little golf cart, electric kind of golf cart type vehicle. It's like you know, it's got a steering wheel and everything. It's like a little car. I talked about it in another podcast actually. It's great for getting around here. So got that. It's narrow, you know what I mean? Put some stuff on there because we went all out. We brought like a tent, a generator, and like, you know, electricity, fan, tons of food. Like it was a big thing. So we couldn't carry all our stuff. I mean, my wife, she had brought the generator and some other things prior, but like there's no, like they should put out on Facebook, like between the hours of whatever to, you know, 2 p.m, you can drive your car and that's when you need to bring up as much stuff. Because after 2:00, you can only walk or do whatever. You know what I mean? Like they just don't, there's just their execution is just horrible. So anyway, so I'm in the golf cart. I have my kids. I have my father-in-law who's 80-something years old. He's got some health conditions and stuff. He has a hard time getting in and out of vehicles or definitely tricycles because he can't get in them because they're so low. So the golf cart works for him, which is one of the reasons why we got it. And I had our little portable tent, you know, that you can set up, strapped to the top, and then the fan. And we had some stuff. And I took my happy ass all the way around the long way to follow the one way, whatever. And I go to come in, and they won't let me in. And I'm like, dude, I got to drop off my father-in-law. And they're like, oh, free ride, you know, get a ride, which they're not even there. And I'm like, dude, you know, this little golf cart, I can go right up in there, drop everything off, and come out before, and you know, and it's just, the cops just are, one, stupid, two, I don't think they spoke English very well. I was trying to explain, he's like, free ride, he just kept saying free ride, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So it's annoying and infuriating for a typical normal functioning brain, but with mine, where I go from 0 to 100 like that, it's, you know, the kids, my son all saw it. He's like, oh man, they were kind of worried because like we got there and they're like, free ride. And I was like, I don't want a fucking free ride. Try not to say the F word. I don't want to, but I did when I was there. I don't want a free ride. I want to go up there and drop my father-in-law off with what, you know, and they're like, oh, and I parked and I was just like, you stupid, you know, I was like starting to, you know, and I'm like, okay. I took a moment and I'm like, I'm going to get in trouble or I was like, I got to go. So we left and then went back, told my wife and everybody like, hey, they wouldn't let us in. They're like, what the crap? And so my wife had to go there and like sit there and, you know, I mean, obviously she could explain to it better and then he could, anyway, she was able to go in there. I went back, laid down in a room with the air conditioning and just kind of took a minute, breathed, prayed to Jesus, and then got my stuff, and I walked to the cemetery, and actually had an enjoyable evening. It's pretty cool, actually. Like when it was like in the I should have took some pictures. I mean, I took take some pictures of where we were at, but it's cool when it's like when it's going full steam. Is that the right saying? But it's dark. Everybody's at their loved ones' sites. There's candles everywhere. People are everywhere. There's like vendors, food, little toys that you can buy. You know, it's like almost like a fair. And everybody's just there kind of eating some snacks and praying maybe and just hanging out with their deceased loved ones, you know? So it's kind of a cool... So that precise moment doesn't last real long. It was only like 3 hours worth or maybe, because, you know, you got people coming in and then they're there and then people start leaving. So we were like one of the last ones to leave. We stayed till 10 or 11 or something like that. I can't remember. But we had our generator and we had power, so it was easier to stay. You know, most people just have their candlelight. That's the light they have, you know. But it's kind of a neat thing, and it's basically the Philippines Halloween or trick-or-treating holiday. You know what I'm saying? So like some people do dress up, but they don't really do trick-or-treating. It's just not the same here as it is in the States. And, you know, we're like the first year we were here, we had family members over and the kids got to dress up and they had candy. We were like trying to like keep it going, but it's just like, you know, when in Rome, you know what I'm saying? So this holiday, because it is a holiday, the Day of the Dead is actually, you know, it's very similar and it's actually kind of cool and it's what they do here. So I'm not trying to change. So we just we didn't actually, I think last year we didn't really do costumes. The year before was the last year that the kids got kind of dressed. So, but I mean, you know, we got like, you know, there's lots of toys that are like you would get at a fair. So we got the kids some stuff. So they were running around and playing and they were having fun with their cousins and we just cooked some Korean barbecue and hung out and ate some food, listened to some music and just BS'd, you know, and it was a lot of fun. So it's like, I think maybe next year bring some candy for the kids, you know, but trying to make it to where they look forward to this as kids do trick-or-treating in the States, you know, at least that's kind of the goal. So we spent a little money buying little stupid things that we normally wouldn't buy, but just to kind of make it a little more special for the kids. But it was pretty cool. And I forget about it every year. I'm like, oh, that's right, they're doing the thing. So I'm kind of hoping, like I've made this revelation in my brain that, okay, this is now Halloween. This is the trick-or-treating that we do. There is no more, you know what I mean? This has replaced Halloween for us. So, you know, like I knew Halloween was coming. You know, it's engraved in my brain growing up in the States, you know, being born, you know, being an American, that's just the way it is. And so I just got to remember, like, okay, now it's November 2nd, Day of the Dead. We got to kind of plan, get ready and prepare for it and make it a fun experience for the kids and for everybody, you know? So that's it's kind of like the not revelation, maybe I guess that fits, but that's kind of what I had last night when I was sitting there and I was like, you know, this is cool. I like it. And I like this is basically, you know, what I just said. You know, I just kind of thought about it to myself and I was like, this is kind of, so next year do a little more pre-planning, pre-setting up and kind of, and then really expect and know that it's going to be a shit show and just plan accordingly. You know what I mean? So yeah. And then we got what's coming up. so this month is like one of my kids' birthdays, and I mean Thanksgiving is this month, but we've been doing Thanksgiving. We've been making dinner and having family over, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I'd rather use that energy and money and just give my son a better birthday, I guess. I don't know. Again, it's like, Thanksgiving is like one of my favorite holidays. I love Thanksgiving food. I love eating, and that was one of my favorite holidays. But it's not a Filipino holiday, of course, and so it's just, I don't live in the States, so why am I trying to make American holidays exist here? You know what I'm saying? So one of the few things that just have to accept, that I've acknowledged and need to accept. Although my wife, she always liked Thanksgiving because she liked making the food, and we'd smoke like a turkey or whatever, this and that. But I think I told her, I was like, we don't really need to do nothing this year. Let's stop trying to make something out of nothing. You know what I mean? Thanksgiving is just not a holiday here. It's kind of a hassle trying to find American stuff to make the side dishes. You know what I mean? And it's just, so I don't know. It's kind of sad, but at the same time, it's like, they got their own holidays here, and we can figure it out, or I don't know. We'll see. We might have like a little something, just do, like last year I smoked a turkey, and we bought, what are they called? They're like, kind of like cross between a turkey and a pheasant. I can't think of what they're called right now. They're kind of cool looking birds. I felt bad because we bought them live and I had to butcher them. And I was trying to do it in the most humane possible way I could. But the skin around their neck is like really tough. So it was like, I don't know. It was kind of, I mean, PETA would be like, ooh, but it was kind of funny at the same time. I mean, it wasn't like, they were running around with their heads cut off or anything like that, But we were just, I don't want to go into details. Well, it's a podcast. It's not like, so basically, we got them, we covered their head, laid them on a chopping block, and got the heaviest, sharpest knife we could to just pop, one hit, quick and easy and over. But it didn't work out quite as well. We had two of them, and I mean, it wasn't horrible or nothing, but it didn't go as smoothly as planned. But anyway, so we roasted those. I had a smoked turkey, which the smoked turkey turned out great. And the sides and everything, we had it was a good time. It's just, they get together here in the Philippines. So, okay, so in the States, you have Christmas, you got Thanksgiving. And that's basically the two times that you get together, families get together in the States. They travel from out of state, they come together, Thanksgiving or Christmas, right? Here, they get together and eat like once a week. It seems like there's somebody who passed away, there's the monthly anniversary of someone passing away, there's birthdays. They do a birthday celebration every month for the first year of a child's life. There's dinner, there's people coming together and eating like every week. And I'm just kind of like burnt out on the typical Filipino cuisine that you get at all these. It's always usually kind of the same. But so there's just really no need to have Thanksgiving, except for the fact that it's American food, which is nice, But it's just like, we get together so much, and I don't even go to most of them. I'm just like, oh my gosh, again, another family. It's like, geez, because it's like, I could, Christmas and Thanksgiving's enough in the States. Nobody can stand their family, but here they get together like once a week, man. Like on average, if you were to average it out, it would be like once a week. the bigger your family, the more often you're going to get together because somebody's got a birthday, somebody died, somebody graduated, somebody got a new job, and it's like they celebrate everything by bringing everybody together, getting it catered or getting some food and hanging out and eat, you know what I mean? Which is cool, but it's just like, man, dude, enough's enough, you know? So it's like, so the idea of having Thanksgiving here on top of all that, I'm just like, dude, no, I'm good. You know what I mean? It's too much for me. And like I said, it's just kind of, it's like we're swimming up current with trying to preserve these American holidays over here. You know, it's kind of pointless. So when in Rome, you know what I'm saying? But that's kind of what's going on with me. If you would like to email me and share me your Halloween stories or anything like that, you can at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com, or you can message me on the social media. I'm at 21 minutes, but I think that's kind of it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I've kind of noticed when I stay away from politics, my videos get more views on Rumble and stuff. So I'm trying to focus more just on my experiences here. Again, not that I'm doing this for the views and stuff, but it's, you know, it's you look at it and you're like, oh, this one was watched a lot or listened and this one's not, so okay. I mean, I'm still going to gripe about stuff going on, but like I was just messaging an old Army buddy of mine. We've been friends on Facebook for a while now, and I haven't really talked to him. So I was like, hey, what's up? And he's just like, man, you know, doing what I can, and just basically, in a nutshell, talking about just how America's going down the tubes and politicians suck, and, you know, all the same crap that I talk about that I don't want to talk about right now. But yeah, so that's kind of the gist of what's going on with me. So I hope everybody's doing well. And like I said, if you feel the need to comment or send me an email, by all means. I think that's about it. So thanks for listening. God bless everybody, and I'll see you next time. You just put yourself through another episode of The Objective Jerk. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Please email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, comment, wherever you find this, follow. It all helps. But thanks again, and I'll see you next time.